Hi, I'm Alex Hopkins with Connect and Collaborate, your on-air producer, and I'm so excited for you to join us today. We are talking about the Colorado Business Roundtable board members. We've had a few on yesterday, and we are talking with Rebecca Kersting today. Rebecca is the president of the CAP family of companies, and most notably the Noose Professional Services. So how are you doing today, Rebecca?
Doing great, Alex. Thank you so much for having me on.
Yes, of course. So we're excited about this board members. This just got put together in the last quarter of 2018. So exciting stuff is happening for COBRT, and we're excited to have you be a part of that board.
Thank you so much. I'm really excited about the roundtable and where it's going, and the amazing board that has been put together.
Yeah, well, wonderful, and we'll get into that a little bit later on, but I want to start out with a background about you and how you got into the CAP family of companies, and family is a key word there.
Yes, yes. So CAP Logistics was started when I was a year old in my parents' basement, and apparently I was the third employee of CAP Logistics. I spent a lot of time sitting on my mom's lap crying, apparently. And I've been involved, off and on throughout the family business. I never really had the intention of coming and joining the family business, but after college, I, for a period of time, found myself without work, and what was supposed to be a temporary situation ended up being a long-term career and passion.
Wonderful. I have to ask you though, because I never was awarded a family company to grow into. Did you struggle with that a little bit about wanting to break away, or was it something that obviously you didn't expect to grow into it, and you have and flourished very well? But was that a tough decision for you to make, or was
No, it was never even on the radar. It was not a thing. It was never a thing. I never thought I was going to work with my parents. So it just happened, and it's been a really great fit.
Yeah, wonderful.
Yeah.
Well, let's talk a little bit about your journey with CAP. So again, you started after college. Mm-hmm. What's your college background?
I went to school for environmental biology.
So nothing closely related.
No. I had a background in scientific writing, so I'm very much into process and procedure. When I came on board, I went into human resources, which was just a really good fit for me. I didn't realize when I went to college, but scientists are not always the most social people in the world. So I think my HR position has been a much better fit for me than being in a lab with all the technical people.
Yes, I would agree with you. We run the gamut here on Connect and Collaborate as far as the industries go, and dealing with people that are very precise in procedures tends to, I got to pull out some socialness a little bit more. So human resources though. Mm-hmm. And that's your new professional services background.
That is my background, yep. So everything from benefits administration to employee development, hiring, recruiting, staffing, a lot of the same areas of focus that COBRT has are my passions and what I've spent a lot of time trying to become an expert at.
Well, that's wonderful. So let's go ahead and dive into COBRT and the board membership, right?
Okay.
So Colorado Business Roundtable, what we like to do is make sure that we are connecting businesses, education leaders, and government and public policy, right? And so we have a lot of places that we're filling in. We have had Becky Takeda Tinker on from CSU Global. Mm-hmm. We had Dave Eddy on from Boeing. And so you're with the CAP family of companies. What, for you, was the big deciding factor in joining the Business Roundtable?
So I've been involved with the Roundtable since pretty much its inception, mm-hmm. And we've seen it take on a lot of different forms. And over the last couple of years, with Jeff taking on the position of the president, it's been really great to work with him and Gail, the founder, in figuring out really how can the Roundtable make the biggest impact on the region. And so I've been lucky enough to be a part of those conversations for a long time and feel really lucky that I get to be on a board with such notable members of the Colorado community.
Absolutely. So you have seen it grow. So I have only been here for the last couple of years, and I like to think that we've grown exponentially in the last 2 years, let alone from its infancy in 2001, I believe, was the founding time for COBRT. So what has been the most notable change for you in your experience?
I think just the reach and the scope of what it is that COBRT has been doing for the last several years. I think COBRT has done what Gail has always wanted it to do, which is really to connect people who want to make a difference, and seeing how COBRT has been able to utilize multiple media sources to really make those connections and get the right people to the table it's just incredibly exciting.
It is really exciting, and I'm glad to have you on board. And not that you haven't seen it from the beginning, but it's we're getting into some really good territory here, I think.
Definitely.
Yeah. So do you mind telling me what maybe one of the things that COBRT does? You know, we do events, and you mentioned the connection and the collaboration that we do, hence the name of the show here.
Right.
But what are you looking forward to getting done being on this board?
I think really continuing to focus on business, working closely with government and education to really make an impact on the state. When any one of these groups is doing their own thing, the impact is going to be minimal. But having everyone on the same table looking at key issues like transportation, education, workforce development, those are all issues that it takes every single person being at the table to truly make an impact. And I think seeing Colorado be at the forefront of making really notable changes in this way is so exciting.
It really is. One of my favorite things, I guess I should say, that we do is focusing on workforce development within the education sectors, right? And so this, we're getting into this field where we're working with companies and colleges so they can sit down at the table together and talk about a curriculum, right? Whether that's K through 12 or secondary education. I like that we're bringing to light this fact of we don't need to have students sitting in classrooms all day for 8 hours a day. Let's get out there. Let's start their career paths really early.
Right. And I think having helping the kids to have a realistic perspective of what that path is. I think I went through just personally a really long journey to figure out who I was and who I wanted to be when I grew up. And I didn't leave my undergrad or high school having that idea of, okay, this is my path and this is what I'm going to do, and after school this is the plan. It was kind of like you finish school and then didn't really know. It was like this crazy time of trying to develop an identity, and I'm hoping I have 3 kids and I'm really excited that this path is going to be different for them, that they are going to be able to see not just what the path is, but be able to know what the end result is, so that those conversations are happening is truly exciting.
Oh yeah, for sure. I too took a different path. I went right into college after high school, which is, I think, typical for a lot of people if they can afford it. And I went to a 4-year institution. I only got 3 years in, and I was like, I'm done. I hate this. I don't want to do this anymore. And then I didn't go back to school until I was 30. I became a flight attendant and traveled the world in the meantime, which was really nice that I was able to do that. But yeah, paths aren't the same anymore.
No.
And I think we're changing our mindset, and I think Colorado Business Roundtable is at the forefront of that. And I too am excited to see where we go with that. But other things that we do here are events, right? And that's one of my favorites, mostly because I get to mingle. The networking is awesome, and it's not just a stab you in the face with my business card type of networking.
Right, no, not at all.
We're actually doing things. And one of those is the cybersecurity event that we are hosting with CSU Global October 30th. So be sure to sign up for that on our events page. But we had Eddie mention that that was his favorite part of doing this is the networking opportunities, because it's not just having drinks and mingling. You're actually at the forefront of these conversations with big leaders and presenting that to Coloradans.
Right. And I think more than just conversations, conversations don't do a lot. So I think a unique part of COBRT is the drive to actually do and to accomplish, being more doers than talkers. And so I think the events that that COBRT is hosting, they are very they're very well thought out. They have a purpose. There is an end result in mind. It's not just to come to the table, talk about something, walk away, and then hope that something changes. It is to have the event and then to come away with deliverables and next steps, which is how progress is made. It's not made by talking. It's not made by a bunch of minds, laying out ideas. It's then taking the best of those and putting them into action.
Right, which is really nice that we are able to do that. So what is your goal with COBRT for the CAP family of companies? What specifically is COBRT doing for you guys to help your business grow?
Well, I think the CAP family of companies is unique, and me sitting on the board is unique because we're a small company. There's a lot of big names who are sitting on the board, but small business makes up a huge, huge part of the Colorado economy. So I think, having a seat at the table, I'm very appreciative, but I'm hoping that I'll be able to add a voice for small business. As far as what I'm hoping to get out of it for the CAP family of companies, I mean, we're trying to stay relevant in an ever-changing society. We provide hands-on transportation solutions for downtime sensitive customers, and that is not just a place that can rely on technology. Our relevance is really based on customer service and good people and workforce development, education. That's a huge part of our future, is being able to hire, train, and retain the best talent that's out there, and being at the forefront and knowing what's happening in those within those trends is very helpful for me as a business leader.
Absolutely. And you were spot on with the small business comments there, right? That does drive Colorado's economy quite a bit. I mean, we are the #1 place to have a startup, let alone small businesses flourishing. And let's talk a little bit more about CAP and what you guys do offer. So again, it's a logistics company. And you guys do some amazing things. I personally have gotten to see you. You've moved really nice, I want to say racing cars, but I don't think they're racing.
No, they're sports cars, and we've moved helicopters. We've moved a taxidermied elephant.
And
weird stuff.
Essentially, if it fits, it ships kind of mentality.
Pretty much.
Yes.
Yep.
You also, there are other industries, right? So there's CAP Logistics, CAP Worldwide, News Professional Services, and an Alliance Air Charter, correct?
Yep.
Yeah.
So we kind of run the transportation gamut, really playing mostly to the emergency type situations and moving things as quickly as we can to meet our customers' needs.
Fantastic. Let's talk a little bit more about News Professional Services too. So it's HR, but there's also an IT element. Is that correct?
Yep.
Yes.
So we have HR, legal, IT, accounting, providing all the support for the CAP family of companies. So when you're running companies, you need all of these support functions, and so we get to play in all of these different realms. It's exciting.
It is. And I love that if you were to come to CAP Logistics, we could find a place for you Jobwise. Pretty much.
Yep. We hire all different types of people. I think the reason our people enjoy working here so much is, first of all, because of our culture and our family feel. But also every day is different, and people have a lot of autonomy. We bring people in to be experts in their area. We don't do a lot of big brothering, looking over their shoulder. We really try to find the best people to be in the right seats and empower them to get the job done.
Which is wonderful. And I've had a pleasure of working with you, and I feel that autonomy too.
Oh,
so
good.
Thank you for that.
Well, we love working with you. You're awesome.
Let's. What are your irons in the fire right now at CAP? What do you have going on that are big projects?
Oh man, hiring is always. I mean, the unemployment is low, and that's a great thing. But it also makes it really challenging to find those right people to put in the right seats. We've been lucky enough that because of our compensation and our total benefits package, that we are attracting incredible talent. But business is good. We have a unique service offering that our customers really like, so we have to make sure that we have someone to answer the phone and help our customers 24/7. So that will always be a challenge. Other than that, it's just making sure that we are doing everything we can to meet our customers' needs. We are really focused on that customer service piece and making sure that our customers are feeling a 5-star experience with every interaction they have with our team.
Wonderful. And you have a pretty smooth running team.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Oh, they're incredible. Yeah.
Yeah. So you mentioned unemployment's low, also that you're a small business and that you are continually hiring. Mm-hmm. That's really nice to hear, that as a small business, you're able to keep hiring.
Yes.
Yeah.
We are always looking for the right people, and doing great at finding just incredible talent.
Awesome. So future for CAP Logistics,
Mm-hmm.
what are we looking at? Is there anything on our horizon?
We're continuing to expand our service offering. So we've been traditionally really, really strong at the emergency, expedite, the needed there yesterday kind of stuff. But our customers really like the level of communication that we have. So we are working on some less time-sensitive options for our customers. Continuing to expand our international service offerings with doing things like helping customers who want to start a business source products overseas. Continuing to invest in technology that doesn't replace the personal touch, but really enhances our employees' ability to provide that really high-level customer service.
Cool.
Yeah.
I also know that you have some outsourcing, or order management.
Yes.
That you guys do. Let's talk a little bit about that, if you don't mind. Give me a little background on what that is.
Yeah, so we have an amazing international team who has always stood out by making international shipping easy. So helping with the sourcing is a really natural place for us to go. There's a lot of people in the Colorado market and other markets, frankly, who have really good business ideas, but they don't know how to get the product that they envision. And we have a great team at COP Worldwide who can help them come up with make their idea a reality. And that's a very cool thing to see.
That is a very cool thing to see. I want to step back a little bit and talk about this piece that you were talking. So you've typically worked under pressure or time constraints, right? The emergency for other companies, but you're working on some new stuff that it isn't under that time pressure. What does that entail?
So there's a number of different modes. Usually it involves trucking, and trucking capacity is challenging right now. There's a lot of freight that is moving around the country, but we have tools in place to help our customers get their freight within the time frame they need. So if they have something that they have it on a regular schedule and they're just looking for a good price, we now have resources to help make that really, really easy, and provide a more cost-effective solution to the customers who like our more hands-on approach to transportation.
Yes, wonderful. I want to ask you, we're going to shift a little bit on this one.
Okay.
As you know, NAFTA was redrafted, and we now have the USMCA. It's a new title for it. And that was we work very closely with both Mexico and Canada, right, as far as shipping is concerned. How do you think that this new NAFTA, is it an improvement for you? Is that going to have a big impact on you guys?
I think that with any regulation, it takes time to figure out what the pros are, what the cons are. I think that's a great place for us to be of assistance to our customers in providing them with expertise on how to get what it is they need when they need it, and to look at options. So, time will tell. I think time will tell, and that's really all that we can do at this point in time is see how it plays out and know that our people, their fingers on the pulse, and they're going to be doing everything they can to help our customers with their business.
Well, one of the cool things that you guys are doing right now is that you have a series, Cap Logistics specifically has a series on our Connect and Collaborate network called the Storytellers. And we have been bringing in experts in those fields. That's Doug Draper. He's with Acme Distribution. Denver Transportation Club is our guest host for that show. And that's on Thursdays at 4. And so that's been really exciting to see go down. And we've had Stéphane Lessard, the Canadian Consulate General, in here to talk about some NAFTA issues. And Bonnie Chacon with Cap Worldwide has been a guest several times. And so you guys are really good with providing experts in these fields. Right.
And I think educating our customers is something that we really try to do. We want our customers to feel comfortable with transportation and what they need to do to keep their companies running. Transportation is a huge, huge industry, and there's so much to know. We're lucky to have the experts we do, but there are other great experts that we are lucky enough to have relationships with to continue to educate our customer base.
Yeah, wonderful. Yeah. Well, in these last few minutes, Rebecca, so you are the president of a company, and I'm sure you have wonderful advice for other women out there that are in charge of companies. So what would you say to somebody who is looking to move up?
I think be positive. Positivity results in positive results. So if you see an opportunity, take action. Don't be a person who just points out problems. Be a person who looks for unique ways to solve those problems. That gets noticed. Actions get noticed more than anything else. And if you are positive in your approach, the people around you will take on the same positive approach, and you will see a much greater return on your efforts than you even thought possible. So plant a seed of positivity, take action, and do what you can to make substantial changes to your life and to your company.
I love that. So where can I find more information if I need to ship something?
If you need to ship something, you can go to our website, which is www.caplogistics.com. You can also call our operations center, and we are staffed 24/7, 365 with real transportation experts who will answer your call and walk you through every step. That 800 number is 800-227-2471.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much.
Yeah.
Yeah. Any last thoughts here on maybe why someone should look at Colorado Business Roundtable for events or being a member?
I think just we're starting something really, really big in Colorado, a huge movement that will help strengthen our community and better the lives of all of the citizens of Colorado and make it a great place to be. So please just check us out, listen to this show, go to the COBRT website, subscribe to the newsletter, and just get on board.
Well, thank you.
Yes.
You took my closing remarks out. But yes, be sure to visit COBRT.com/radio-podcast for this show and more. Be sure to like and subscribe our YouTube page while you're here. And check out the events. Sign up for the newsletter, as Rebecca said. And if you need something shipped, caplogistics.com. Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. Have a wonderful day.
You too.